So my name is Mohammed. I'm a counselor with All Smiles Therapy Center. So I'll talk about a point or two to help you answer the question. Should I go for counseling or should I not go for counseling? So on one hand, there is a cost to counseling. One of the disadvantages to counseling is the cost of going to counseling. For some people, there may be an entry barrier to going to counseling, and even if you find an affordable counseling, you may need to factor in things like transportation or internet if it's going to be virtual therapy. So there are some disadvantages in terms of the cost barrier to counseling. But what about the benefits of counseling? What are some of the things that I or you would benefit if you go for counseling? Well, one, it's important to know that as human beings, we have emotional needs. What am I talking about? Emotional needs. Human beings, we have a need to be understood, to be listened to be paid attention to, and to be able to talk to another human being. Okay? So when we're going through something really intense, or when we're going through difficulties in life, if you've lost somebody, if you're really stressed, counseling in of itself can be a medicine. Okay? When a counselor provides, when you have somebody, a presence that helps you to talk and allows you to be listened to, that in and of itself is an important medicine. So if you're going through something in life, if you're having some relationship problems, if you're going through things at work, before you make a decision, it would be very beneficial to go for counseling, because as human beings, we benefit from having that presence when we're going through really tough times. Now, you may not be going through something intense. Another benefit of counseling is that human beings, we grow through social interactions. If our social interactions are restricted, then there's a likelihood that we'll remain restricted in that way. We'll maintain the same way of looking at life. We'll maintain the same kinds of practices. So when you go for counseling and you interact with a professional who has learned about human beings and has studied a lot of things, or maybe you go for counseling not necessarily about life and personal issues, but you go for counseling about maybe financial counseling, then you're able to up your game, you're able to expand and learn more. Okay, you're able to learn more about maybe how can I up my personality, how can I up and elevate my attitudes and perspectives. So counseling helps people to up their game, whether it is to up themselves financially, or to up their game in relationships, or just to up their personality, up their social skills. Okay, so counseling can help a person up their game. And lastly, finally, counseling can help us to deal with very difficult habits. Okay, so there's a lot of habits that are very difficult to deal with. Maybe drinking alcohol, somebody may be drinking. There's a bunch of other habits that can really get help with when we go for counseling. Thank you very much.